Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Forgotten Vehicles. In this one, we're going to be covering the Coquette BlackFin. But before we get into that, we gotta check out what the Easter eggs were in the previous episode. They were relatively simple. Trevor was just sitting there, hanging out on his chair, and of course, the exact location where the Hot Rod Blazer spawns in single player was also where I started my little drive. There were a bunch of you who got that right, so there wasn't exactly one person who only got it right, so congratulations to everyone who did spot that. It was a relatively easy one, but we'll see if you'll spot all the other ones in this episode today. The Coquette BlackFin was released in the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 update, which at the time was the most expensive muscle car until this day. With its $695,000 price tag, it's still one of the more expensive muscle cars going around. However, for that price you do get a very nice vehicle. If not for the way the car looks or sounds, in terms of performance it is definitely something that you can be relatively competitive with if you're in a race with something that has a lot more corners and requires a bit more acceleration. It's lacking a lot of top speed, so it's never really going to win a race against a Dominator, but that's for me is not really the reason to get a Coquette BlackFin. If you haven't ever driven it, it's just a joy to drive. It's just the sound the car makes, and especially if you let go of the gas for just a little bit, you can hear those little car noises that I'm sure every car enthusiast around is definitely going to get a kick out of. The Coquette BlackFin definitely was my favorite vehicle to come out of the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 update, because it's just one of those cars that it's just fun to drive around in. Sure, you're not going to win any races nowadays with it, but back then it still was pretty competitive, especially with all those newer cars not being around just yet. In terms of customization, there wasn't an awful lot, but there was 2 bumpers, a chassis upgrade, 3 exhausts, 5 hoods, a no roof option, which in my opinion is the go-to option because it just makes the car look so much better, and also 2 spoilers. And that might actually be an interesting thing to ask you guys in the comments. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to have a Coquette BlackFin with or without a roof? Let me know in those comments down below. But with all that said and with all that done, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.